Hello everybody, this is my tutorial on how to make a rice ball. If you don't know how to make a rice ball, I'm really sorry. It's not really something that you typically find in Australian sushi shops. I don't know why. It's pretty big in New Zealand, but it's actually exceptionally easy. So here goes. You can obviously make these as big or as little as you want. They're really good for kids' school lunches. Hey baby. And yeah, for your husband to take to lunch. They're also a really good, nice, healthy, cheap party snack. I make mini versions of them. So easy to smash out 20 in like 5 minutes. The biggest part of both making sushi and rice balls in general is prep. After you've done the prep, smash into them. So here I am doing chicken. I don't do seafood, so I'm sorry I couldn't tell you the first thing about putting seafood in them. And I am also cooking my rice here. There are no directions on the sushi rice packets, how to cook in a rice cooker. I just do 1 cup of rice to 1 1/4 cups of water. I find that that'll do 2 people usually, or maybe do an extra cup for a really hungry person like my husband. And then veggies. Sushi rice usually comes in a black packet. You can't really find short grain rice, I've found, in Australia, but sushi rice is just short grain rice, so if you can access that, then it is typically cheaper. Here we have our veggies. Usually I do avocado, but I forgot. So you can just pretend that it's here in spirit with us. So here we just have some cucumber, or sometimes I do some cooked zucchini, capsicums, carrots, and our pretend avocado. Cut them up really nice and small. I prefer to not cook my carrots to do it, but others do. Under 1 centimetre squared is more than enough. Now this is going to be heaps. This will do us for another meal of sushi tomorrow. We'll just cook more rice. I always cook the rice separately per meal because it can harbour a lot of bacteria. You also want your chicken to be in quite small pieces too. Some of these are actually a bit too big probably. I only do 2 or 3 pieces like this in each rice ball. Probably maybe 5 or 6 of them for 1 roll of sushi. I'm not too sure if I said this is 1 chicken breast. Again, more than enough chicken for a meal tomorrow. Also, if Brody was here, then we'd probably cook it in teriyaki sauce maybe, but because it's just me and Bobby, and I'd rather she didn't have teriyaki sauce, so it's just as it is. And the rice is cooking away just fine. And now I'm going to call this chicken cooked, so I'll just leave that to just sit there. We'll use it shortly. Cool. So rice is done. For whatever reason they specify a glass bowl and a wooden spoon. I don't know why that is. But here you have your sushi seasoning. I usually pick that up for under $4, and that would be in the international section where you find all your Asian noodles and what have you. So you want to put 3 to 4 tablespoons per cup of rice. With Bobby I usually do 3, just so it's a little bit milder, and it does have sugar in it, so I prefer to not get carried away. Just mix that in, and then what I do is I push it to the side of the bowl just so it cools down faster. You don't want to be working with hot rice. If you're a wasabi fan like me, you're welcome. Here is, I just use this mayonnaise and my wasabi. Squirt a bit in there, that was probably a bit too much. And stir, and that's what I use as sauce when I don't use teriyaki sauce. It takes a little bit and then suddenly it just magically mixes in beautifully. And I'll just spread that on my rice. Okay, so my rice is all nice and cool, not completely. It's easy to work with when it's not 100% cold. So you just put a spoon on there. Now what I like to do, this is Glad wrap by the way, obviously. What I like to do is then I just smush it to flatten it out. I also discovered that this works really nicely with making sushi. So I just have a little bit here. Now for myself, obviously not for Bobby, I'll just get with some of my wasabi mayo or whatever you choose to use, whether it's mayo or teriyaki sauce or anything. Probably need my tongs, hang on. Tongs. Right, so literally 2 or 3 bits of chicken. Okay, and now we have 2 or 3 bits of all of our veggies, and then you literally just squeeze it into a bowl. Sometimes, like now, you may need to put just a tiny bit on the top to cover up the last of it. And we're squishing into our bowl again. Got a bit of carrot sticking out. And there you have a rice ball. So that can be eaten straight out of there like that. If you put it in the kids' lunchbox with maybe a frozen yogurt or something like that to keep it cold, then that'll be good for all day. They don't have to get their hands dirty, they can just eat it straight out of there like that, or else that will just nicely dump on a plate. So here we have 7 rice balls, medium-sized rice balls that are made with 1 cup of rice. These are the veggies that I have left, and the chicken. So it's easily going to do us for another meal tomorrow. And there you have it. Serve with either soy sauce, or I prefer to use tomato, which is a healthier version of soy sauce. And you're on your way. Yay. Have a good night, guys. And apparently we need to eat rice balls with a spoon. You're making a mess. Yummy? Seal of approval.